Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to a new episode of StarCraft II Study. Today we are going to discuss the infamous 4-gate from the disgusting Protoss race. I'm pretty sure everyone that ever played Zerg and played a Protoss player up until about Diamond League or so will have faced this strategy at least once. You're just happily macroing, you maybe got 2-3 baits going on, and all of a sudden around the 6-7 minute mark there comes a bunch of Zerg or a bunch of Zealots, a bunch of Stalkers, a bunch of Sentries and all that kind of stuff in your main base, and you're like, holy shit, what is going on? Well, this is usually coming from a one base Protoss all-in kind of build order, and it is built off of one base. It actually is incredibly strong and a lot of players will simply die to it, sadly, because it's actually pretty damn easy to hold. So in this episode of StarCraft II Study we are going to take a look at the 4-gate, we are going to take a look at a few timings that you will have to note down, and when to start making static defense to simply just cancel the 4-gate altogether. So here we are in the actual game. As you might have noticed, this game was played on April Fools. You can see the Warhound thingies going on right here. That was actually an April Fool's joke by Blizzard Entertainment. But in this game, my opponent is going to go for a 4-gate kind of strategy on this map, Neoplanet SLE. Now this is a game that I played a few days ago. And yes, this is still happening. Even at the Grandmaster level, people are still 4-gating. Simply because it is such an effective strategy. Now over the years, the 4-gate actually got nerfed quite significantly. Because at the start of StarCraft II, Wings of Liberty, like pretty much the only strategy that Protoss players were going for the longest time in every single matchup was the 4-gate. And even though it's stoppable, you just need to know what to scout for and what you are looking for. Now, as you might have noticed, I'm not setting out any drone scouts at all. We are watching this game right now on ×2 speed. I will switch this around, but I'm just opening up completely 100% standard. Now, my standard go-to build order in Zerg vs Protoss, just like yours should probably be, is going to be a pool, into a hatchery, into a really quick third base. Now, the first deviation that you will need to make to this build order is as soon as you notice, oh shit, there's no Nexus going up for my Protoss opponent. So at this point I realize, oh, it's definitely not going to be a 1 or a 2 base play early on for my Protoss opponent, but he might still go for expansion. It is really crucial right now to realize that even though I don't see an expansion, it might still come. So you don't want to overproduce units right now, because he might just be simply going for a 1-gate Cybernetics Core expand, or maybe a 1-gate expand, or maybe a 3-gate expand, or something like that. You really need to notice when exactly you will need to analyze that it is going to be a 4-gate kind of play. Oh well, instead of just going for a third base blindly in this case, what I do instead is get a relatively early gas geyser up myself with the drone that I would usually make a third base with. So here we go, I'm going to start a gas geyser pretty early on, and I keep an eye out on this expansion. This expansion is going to tell me whether or not he's going for a push or not. Now as you can see, he notices my Overlord is right here, so I literally need to be a little bit careful. But when we take a look at his base, the first tell is already done. If you would be able to scout this base out right now, you would actually notice there's only one gas geyser up, there's full chrono boost being saved up on the Nexus, and the Cybernetics Core is finished. This is all looking like a 4-gate, but even though I can't scout his main base on this specific map, it is still pretty damn easy to scout a 4-gate coming. So the first tell that you will need to realize is that a usual 1 gateway Cybernetics Core expand comes down at the 4 minutes and 30 second mark. So what I'm doing simply right now is making sure, oh, right now 4 minutes and 30 seconds, nothing is up just yet. Meanwhile, on my side of the map, I'm still playing completely standard. As you can see, I'm gonna get 100 gas up and I'm gonna pull drones off gas while getting my Zerging speed. That is going to be my build order. I'm just going to play it super same. But here we go. Like, I don't see any base up at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. This is the first tell that I'm getting. It's not going to be a 1 base gateway Cybernetics Core expand. It might be something else. So the second option that we need to take a look at is the 5 minutes and 30 second mark, which is actually the point that a 3-gate expand comes out. So if you see a base going down at the 5 minutes and 30 second mark, you will know that it's most likely gonna be a 3-gate expand from your Protoss opponent. So here we go, I notice, oh, there's a Zealot and a Stalker out, so the chance that he might be going for a 4-gate is still there. But once again, 5 minute mark is usually when you have to start being a little suspicious if you still do not see a base up. So as you can see, right now I am scouting his front once again, and I realize 5 minutes and 15 seconds, still no base up whatsoever. My Zergling speed is started right now, however, so I will be able to have that one going, but I will need to start creating units right now. I'm also going to start a spine crawler, but as soon as I notice it's not gonna be a 3-gate expand at the 5 minutes and 30 second mark either, which is right now, I basically know 100% sure it is going to be a 4-gate. There's simply no other strategy that he can really go for in this kind of a situation. So here we go, I'm going to be starting 3 spine crawlers right now, and I'm only going to be making units. It is crucial right now that I don't overproduce drones, because if I make drones, I can simply basically just lose the game straight up. So what I'm doing right here is putting a few evolution chambers in front of my spine crawlers, just to be completely 100% safe. Now we can speed up this game a little bit longer. My Zergling speed is done right now. And really at this point I know, there we go, it is going to be 100% a 4-gate strategy. And at this point I have queens, I have 3 spine crawlers, and I have Zerglings to simply deal with this push. I don't even care that I'm fighting Zerglings with Zealots, or Zealots with Zerglings right now. I know that I will have a relatively easy time pulling this off, simply because I have 3 spine crawlers and 2 queens poking away at this 100% of the time. So yeah, that is pretty much the entire build order that you will need to know. So first of all, it is crucial to realize that it is going to be a 4-gate. How do you know that? 5 minutes and 30 seconds, if there is still no base up, start at least 3 spore crawlers or 3 spine crawlers at the front of your base. Also, as soon as you realize it's not gonna be an early expansion, so that's not a Forge Fast expand or a gateway expand from him, you will need to know that you will have to have a early Zergling speed up. So as soon as I realize, oh, there's no Forge Fast expand or a Nexus First going on, I actually get a early Zergling speed up. With the drone, I take the gas. With the drone that I usually take the 3rd base with. Now at that point, 5 minutes and 30 seconds, if there's still nothing going on, put down a few spine crawlers, because there's really nothing else that you can do. If you, however, can get a glance of his base, and you will be able to fly into his main base or get a Zergling in or whatever, the tells that you can look for is only 1 gas. And you will see full chrono boost on his Nexus around the, around the 4.5 minute mark, because at that point he will start chrono boosting out the 4-gate and the warp gate ability. Want to thank you guys all for watching. Hopefully this helped, and as always, have an amazing day. Don't forget to smile. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you liked it very much, please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Bye!